Hello and welcome to How Mundane, the least interesting place on the internet. And today, we got a box of the Tokyo Series exclusive cards from Japan that we are going to rip while we talk some baseball. So, I am recording this before those games by about a week. And they just announced today that Yamamoto and Imanaga will be the respective starting pitchers for the Dodgers and the Cubs, making it a Japanese pitching duel in the first game, which should be awesome. This whole series, honestly, seems pretty awesome, considering the lineups of these two teams. Also super excited that they released these limited edition cards, and while it was a bit of a challenge to get them from Japan, I did manage to get a hold of 2 boxes. I am ripping one, and I will be selling the other one. So it looks like this is just Series 1, normal across the board so far, but I'm guessing the inserts are where we're going to find maybe some of the cool Japanese exclusive cards. Alvarez. All right, here is a Nico Horner, one of the Tokyo Series cards. Devers. Yu Darvish. Very cool with the Sakura background. So as we're opening up the rest of this, I've mentioned before on the channel a few times, particularly in talking on our Pokemon stuff, that I have been to Japan, 5 times now. A few times for work, a few times for fun. And during those trips, I have had the distinct pleasure, say Tokyo, Japan Tops News, of being able to attend. I wonder if these are the normal Stars of MLB or if this is something special with the red. There's another Sakura. Distinct pleasure of being able to attend 2 Japanese baseball games. One at the Tokyo Dome to see the Tokyo Giants. The other at Koshin Stadium near Osaka to see the Hanshin Tigers. That is, of course, the oldest stadium in Japan, at close to 100 years old now. There's Jace Young. Leo Rodriguez. Matsui. And if you are ever in Japan during baseball season, I cannot recommend going to a Japanese baseball game enough. It was so much fun. Both of those 2 stadiums are radically different. The crowd was into it the whole time, but the Tokyo Dome is a lovely modern domed stadium. The Koshin Stadium outdoor. Oh, there we go with the Otani, with the Sakura. What a lovely card. Although interesting that it's him in his Angels uniform. So the best way I could describe attending a Japanese baseball game in person is if you had a sold-out American baseball game that combined baseball, kind of some of the feel and atmosphere of a European football or rugby game. So Will Smith with the singing and chanting, and then there's the Yamamoto. A number of the kind of distinctive Japanese feels, from the cute mascots to the, one of the most interesting distinctive Japanese feels is the beer service. So each of the different breweries has these beer girls who will go up and down the aisle wearing little mini kegs on their backs and will serve you fresh draft beers, from kind of each of the major breweries, and they have these little flags so you can see kind of who's coming, and depending on what your brewery preference might be, you can watch for your favorite one to be coming up the aisle and grab a fresh beer. that way. Another fascinating thing there is, of course, the concessions, which are a mix of traditional American baseball classics like hot dogs and all the kind of stuff you would normally get at a baseball game in America, but then Dylan Moore. You can also get some pretty good yakisoba, rice balls, all sorts of interesting Japanese foods in the stands, as you would kind of expect being in Japan. Throughout the game, people are definitely into it. People definitely know their baseball. I would say, in many respects, are more enthusiastic than a lot of American MLB fans are these days. And it almost even kind of has a college football feel to it, of people being really, really into and really supportive of these different teams and players and traditions. And it is absolutely a blast. Super easy to get tickets. You can get them at most convenies, the convenience stores like 7-Eleven. There are also some services that will go buy tickets for you. Again, depending on how popular an individual series might be, some of them do sell out and can be difficult to get into. Others, not really that hard to get tickets, perhaps even the day of. There's another Yu Darvish. So yeah, if you ever happen to find yourself in Japan during baseball season, I highly recommend taking an evening to go check out a Japanese baseball game. In addition to those stadiums I mentioned, I did go by at least the stadium for the Marines when I was there during the winter. Of course, it was very much the off season. I happened to be attending a Weezer concert that was over in that part of town, and just thought, we'll go check out the gift shop that is open all year long. Unfortunately, in the off season, the things you can get start to get a little picked over, but here's an Ichiro. The other thing I will say is, if you are there in the off season and are looking for jerseys, there are some stores, particularly in Tokyo, that sell kind of jerseys from across the league rather than trying to get out to individual stores. And in the off season in particular, as many of the stores may be sold out of things. One thing that was interesting from the signage at the Marines Stadium was it indicated that they would not custom print any player name on a jersey after about the middle of November. Braves on the red, white, and blue. Will Warren. There's a Mookie Betts. I know there are some places similarly when I visited football stores in Europe that during parts of the off season they also wouldn't print player names on jerseys kind of between seasons. I'm guessing that's something to do with how their player publicity works and all that kind of stuff in the off season. So just something to keep in mind. But if you go by one of these third-party shops, they will often have stuff that is left over from the season from across the league, and you may be able to find what it is you were looking for. Say Corey Seager. Last pack. Let's see what we end up getting in this thing. Call to the Hall, Mickey Mantle, James Woods. Oh, and another Ohtani and the Dodgers version. So we got both the Angels and the Dodgers Ohtani Sakura cards. So that's what you get with one of these. You have no guaranteed auto, but you do get all of these exclusive inserts. This is, of course, different than the complex pack that was available in the US for one day, but has far fewer cards in it. So that is what Topps put out for the Tokyo Series. Thanks for being mundane with us. Glad it's back to baseball season. We'll see you next time. Bye.